admits. All the athletes, both international and local, no one admits that I took it. You know, they say, I ate something. Maybe it's in the food or something. That maybe, I don't know. So they blame it on someone else. But basically, honestly, you have to be responsible enough to know what you're taking. So.
I have a follow-up question for you, sir. Can you talk about the nutritional supplements being the new frontier for sports nutrition? What do you mean by that?
Me? It only, for me, I'm just talking for myself. It's basically the training. You train, the supplements is just there, that's why it's called supplements. It's just there for them, but there's no supplements that you just regular just suddenly you take supplements and you're Superman already. It's not like that, but basically it's still the regular training, that the same old training that you do, and so you just supplement yourself with whatever supplements there is in the market, and that's when you get better.
In addition to that, maybe we would like to consider it as a new frontier in supplementation because it addresses a particular athlete's need. Having not just one product in the market and having a long line of these makes you able to personalize, for example, from sports science perspective and a nutrition perspective, you can actually plug and play each of these depending on the actual need of the athlete. So that's where the new frontier lies now. It's personalizing not only supplementation and nutrition, but also the training for each of these high-demand athletes.
And there are also time release.
Yeah.
Like for example, the line of Klean athlete. There's certain supplements that not included in the sports line, but there are some supplements that you need to take at night. You know, so it's basically a lifestyle thing. It's like what Doc said. It's plug and play thing. You take this at a certain time. You take this because you need focus. You need vitamin D. You need like that. So.
Yes, to add to that, it's really a holistic line. It's not just these four that we have now, but it's a whole line for the lifestyle of an athlete in mind. There's actually, if you're really going to look at the corporate side, we have over 18 items. So this is just the first and the beginning, and so you will see soon after other vitamins, like maybe a vitamin B, even a probiotic that sometimes you wouldn't even think of as an athlete. But this is really something that really covers everything, even melatonin, collagen. So these are just one of the many things, but the highlight at this time as we launch are these four. So just supplement that.
That's in front too. Actually, to give you one more thing, one of our ambassadors, his name is Fabio Duque. He's not here, he's in Melbourne right now. But the reason why he believed in Klean athletes, because he tried all the things already in the market. He's a true-blooded athlete, and he has a problem with his gut, his digestive system. He tried everything already in the market. He tried all the doctors. I just gave him a Klean athlete probiotic, and he loved it. I said, sign me up. So he just, and then I go like, hey, you're strong, man. Why didn't you become an ambassador? So, because he believed in the product. Everybody here believes in the product. That's the reason why they're there.
Championships now in
He's competing in a world championship in league. So that's basically the story of Klean athlete. You have to believe in whatever product, whatever supplement you take, and I think that's a new frontier. You know.
I think we have one more question. A couple more actually out in the back. Next one, yo.
Good morning, Ivan Saldihano from Dagat Philippines MPA. I just want to ask, I don't know if this sounds stupid, but yeah, actually, because I'm playing basketball, I'm playing ultimate, that's frisbee, and I said at one time I played soccer, but right now I'm also into workout in the gym. So is it fine to, because there's a specific workout for basketball players, there's a specific workout for ultimate frisbee players, there's another one for soccer players. Is it okay to fuse them into one workout?
I guess I'm the only one who can answer that. But these guys are multiple athletes, multi-sport athletes as well. Okay. When we were growing up, my mom told me not to play sports because it would ruin my hands for piano. So I gave up piano. So that being said, it's not true that one sports training will ruin the other. In fact, you're training your body to be strong, to have endurance. Each and every training from each particular sport can help you with the other sport. So it's not going to ruin, as you say, your training for the other sport. And it's always good to have multi-sport inclinations. It trains different kinds of muscles, and you end up with a better body. Not looking, okay, but functioning. Did I answer your question?
It's fine. It's fine.
Doc, because I know, and you remembered earlier, I don't think everybody heard it, that there are no stupid questions. So at least you already know the answer. So we encourage everybody to keep asking. And I believe we have another question down there. Hey, Evan, go ahead.
Hey guys, this question is regarding pre-workout. I asked this because I know a lot of athletes who take pre-workout, and I know that some of them get banned because of the substances inside it, because it's not explicit when we purchase them. There's so many things on the market, so it can get quite confusing. I know that I can feel the benefits of it for pre-workout, but obviously there's that mystery of what's actually inside it. So my question is, what's its use? Secondly, are there alternatives that you can use on the market that are within the WADA? Also, are there natural alternatives where you don't have to rely on taking a supplement or a packaged supplement? Because there is times when, as athletes, so I'm part of the Philippine Volcanoes here, where we do get tired and we play multiple games in a day. And there's some times where you just need something to keep me up.
Okay, so before I answer that question, I'd like to hear from our athletes as well. Do you do pre-workout supplements or substances? And which ones, if you do?
Well, for me, I used to take another product for pre-workout, and what Regent said, you get that instant hit from the start, I'm all good, and then suddenly I'm crashing. I mean, for me, honestly, right now, I just resorted to coffee. That's why I started my day.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Before, when I was in CrossFit, everyone used to take this supplement called C4, and it made you tingly. And this was when I was in education. It gave you that little that monster inside. It's like, let's just go. But I, as an advocate for health and what you put in your body, which is sacred, sure, it may give you that instant, urge, but at the end of the day, it's really, really bad for your central nervous system, and that's definitely not something that I recommend. Personally, I know that when we did, Bridget and I, when we did our, we just did a 70.3 Ironman last month, and it was a very, very hot day, and people were really struggling with their energy levels. But we were feeling great. And I've done races before where I've suffered with those energy levels. The Klean supplements is the only thing that I've changed in the way that I've added to my nutrition. And all of those combined actually help, because the body knows how to recover, but because of the amount of stress, the amount of pressure we put on it, it needs that extra help. So with Klean Athlete supplements, it gives you the purest form of nutrition to allow your body to recover faster that way. And obviously recovery is the most important thing. If you're giving yourself the proper amount of supplements for recovery, doing your proper stretching, range of motion, then your body has a faster rebound rate. So that's the best thing, just your practice and your nutrition, that you don't need to resort to certain things like a pick-me-up when the body knows how to work.
Going back to your question, sir, I'm also a WADA coach, so in the World Anti-Doping Agency, there are about 197 banned substances, and it's basically our responsibility, our obligation to look into those. And if you have a good doctor like Doc Ben, he knows everything. But the thing there, some products, I'm not saying all, but some products may hide those substances. They don't want to put the substance right there because they know it's it's updated every year, so it adds up. Last year it was only 170, now it's 197 now, and maybe next year it's going to be 200 plus. So upon the manufacturing of that particular product, it's not yet banned. But then again, what if you get tested? So basically, it's having the manufacturer have a good, like manufacturing practices, say like Douglas Labs, which is backed by science and reputation, and so it's our responsibility and obligation to look into those banned substances.
I think we have another question over here. Yeah, go take it away.
Hi guys, I'm Val Macanas of BordersFinance.com. You guys, I just want to share that I'm a big fan of Team Grover. He advocates little sugar intake to his athletes. How about you guys? How do you manage your intake of sugar for optimum performance?
I think this question is open to just about anybody over here, so take it away. Sugar.
Okay.
So nobody wants to touch sugar.
All right,
Okay.
all right. I'll just talk about the proper nutrition.
Yeah, yes.
That's my biggest thing. Your body is a temple. So if you have the proper nutrition, that's not just like across the board. You really do need to seek professionals about what works best for you, what you metabolize best. I'm a huge advocate for an alkaline body, and I don't eat processed sugar or anything processed. I try to stick to the cleanest and purest form of food. And usually when you have a natural and very well-balanced diet, then that should be able to take care of it. And also those endurance tablets that we have, have the proper and clean sugars that you need to be able to perform. So supplements, the Clean Athlete supplements, as well as a very good, well-designed nutrition plan done by a professional specifically for your body type is truly key.
And did you get an answer to your question? All right, perfect. I think we have another one over here.